Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, and y'all know what time it is. If you saw the thumbnail, it's time to start picking my Q2 books to read. If you missed this in Q1, I spent most of December choosing all the books that I was reading for January, February, and March, and I'm about to do the same thing now in March for what I'm going to read for April, May, and June. So I had to make a new board. I'm not finished with the board, but you get a sneak peek at the board as I show you where we're storing all the books. This is what I have so far for the board. I need to go in and put the bucket list for the spring, and I need to just add a few more things around it, but I love how it looks, and I will be going over and explaining this whole thing later. Today, we are here to fill out this first row. I'm calling these the single books because they're not really in a group. They kind of are a bunch of different groups that all fit together. And there are a lot of them. And the reason there are a lot of them is because I'm picking books for 3 months. And for each of those 3 months, I need a new release for each month. I need a member pick for each month. I need a Stephen King book for each month. And I need a country pick for each month. Now, you'll notice that I didn't say that I needed a state pick. And that is because I am doing what I feel like is a really good job of getting books from a lot of different states within the U.S. just in my natural organic reading. I don't feel like I need to add that in, and you'll see why I'm okay with cutting back a little bit. I'm going to have fewer books chosen in all of these games that I'm doing and the TBR games I'm playing to pick all the books, because I want to save a little bit of wiggle room for readathons and stuff that I know I want to do in April, May, and June. So let's talk about the new releases for each month. If you know, Stephen Graham Jones, one of my favorite, if not my favorite author. I think I'm just going to go ahead and declare it right now. My favorite author is Stephen Graham Jones. Number one on my list. I now have an answer when someone asks who my favorite author is. Stephen Graham Jones is at the top. This is his newest book. It is coming out on the 18th of March. It has pushed my previous thing that I thought I was going to read for the 18th of March. It's pushed it. So yes, we're picking April, May, and June, but I just need y'all to know that this is coming out because he's my favorite author, and it's pushing what I did have chosen. So I've also already picked my April book. So let me show you. Right here, comes out April 8th, The Maid's Secret by Nita Prose. This is going to be the one I'm reading for April. Okay, so I'm looking at The Devils. Oh, it's 560 pages, and it's listed as fantasy, horror, and historical fiction. Okay. Holy work sometimes requires unholy deeds. Brother Diaz has been summoned to the sacred city where he's certain a commendation and grand holy assignment awaits him, but his new flock is made up of unrepentant murderers, practitioners of ghastly magic, and outright monsters, and the mission he is tasked with will require bloody measures from them all in order to achieve its righteous end. Elves lurk at our borders and hunger for our flesh, while greedy princes care for nothing but their own ambition and comfort. With a hellish journey before him, it's a good thing Brother Diaz has the devils on his side. Wow. It is the beginning of a new series. Oh, look at some of these covers. Oh, these look awesome. Okay. I'm going to have to, right? May is going to be this. Never Flinch. I'm pretty sure I have to read anyway in May. I think it's the June pick, actually, in the Stephen King read-along, but we'll see when we get there. But I know we're reading this one. So this one I'm not going to count as a new release. And then a domestic thriller by Serena Bowen. She writes romances that I love. So I thought this was intriguing to me because of that, but I'm going with The Devils. And then it is my birthday month. New book releases. June of 2025. I mean, I'm just going straight to Goodreads. Why would I go anywhere else at this point? Okay. What do we have? Y'all, nothing is jumping out at me. I don't want to do Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is book number 6, and I didn't like Blood and Ash number 1. Lisa Jewell could work, but I don't always know that I'm in the mood for scary things, as well as the Riley Sager, both. I've only read one Riley Sager, and I think I really liked it. So I think that's what I'm going to end up going with. This is an Ashley Poston, who I usually like. That's called Sounds Like Love. So, but I think I'm going to go with the Vengeance. I think I'll be able to chat about it. I think more people are going to read it. That's what I think is going on. One Train, No Stops, A Deadly Game of Survival and Vengeance, 1946. 12 years later, she's ready for retribution. 1942, by the way, is not 46, but that'd be 1954, 12 years later. And under false pretenses, Anna has lured those responsible for her family's downfall onto a luxury train from Philadelphia to Chicago, an overnight journey of 14 hours. Her goal, confront the people who wronged her, get them to confess their crime, and deliver them into the hands of authorities waiting at the end of the line. Justice will at last be served. But her plans quickly derail by the murder of one of the passengers. As the train barrels through the night, it becomes clear that someone else on board is enacting their own form of revenge, and they won't stop until everyone is dead. For sure. All right, let's get them all put in here. Okay, so I've got The Maid, Secret, The Devils, and With a Vengeance. Those are the new, and I'm going to group them in months. So this is April, these 4 are May, and these 4 are June. So now we're headed to April for the Stephen King read-along. And this is at Jake's channel at The Bookish Drummer, so I will make sure I link him down below. We are mostly doing it on his Discord, so if you are on Discord, come join us over there. So April is The Running Man. This is one of the Bachman books and also one that I've never read. I like this cover best for me to put it over here. Okay, awesome. And then for May, we do have Never Flinch. I was right. And then June is Doom McKee. I just read Doom McKee. I will probably not be reading it again, but I will be skimming it again. Okay, so there are the Stephen King books for each month. The next one is my members picks. Again, if you're a channel member, please leave a request down below. I have not printed off the last rounds, but I think I only have 3 anyway. So let me go check. Okay, well, I was wrong. Y'all really have been giving me some recommendations. I haven't been looking over there because I didn't have any. I already had the ones I was reading and I wasn't drawing anymore. But for this quarter, I'm going to pick 3 books and I have 18 suggestions from y'all. So I can't print them out. I was going to since there were so many of them and my printer is not wanting to cooperate with me today. So I have them all written down on my thing. I'm going to read them all to you first and in the order that I'm going to pick them. And then I'll have my phone give me 3 numbers between 1 and 18. And that's what I will go with. So first, The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie, A Psalm for the Wild-Built, The Bodyguard, Out on a Limb, Magic, Lies, and Deadly Pies, Lightfall, The Eyes Are the Best Part, Done and Dusted, Best Hex Ever, A Sorceress Comes to Call, The Hating Game, Beartown, House of Hunger, Can't Spell Treason Without T, The Phoenix Keeper, Illuminae, Better Than the Movies, and Role Playing. So those are the ones that I'm going to be picking from. And here we go. Pick a number 1 to 18.
A random number between 1 and 18 is 12.
Okay. Y'all, the only one on this list that I almost didn't put on here because I'm afraid it's going to make me cry. It's Beartown by Frederick Bachman. Okay. I am the one who said you could suggest whatever you wanted to do and I would go with it. So here we go. Next one. Pick a number 1 to 18. Why didn't it say it out loud? Anyway, it's 15. That is The Phoenix Keeper. So I'm going to pull all these up after I do them all. So let me do this last one. Maybe it helps if my phone is closed. Pick a number between 1 and 18.
A random number between 1 and 18 is 5.
All right, here we go. I don't even want to look. I'm scared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Magic, Lies, and Deadly Pies. Okay, let me go get these. All right, here's Beartown. A dazzling, profound novel about a small town with a big dream and the price required to make it come true. People say Beartown is finished, a tiny community nestled deep in the forest. It's slowly losing ground to the ever-encroaching trees. But down by the lake stands an old ice rink built generations ago by the working men who founded this town. And in that ice rink is the reason people in Beartown believe tomorrow will be better than today. Their junior ice hockey team is about to compete in the national semifinals, and they actually have a shot at winning. All the hopes and dreams of this place now rest on the shoulders of a handful of teenage boys. Being responsible is a heavy burden, and the semifinal match is the catalyst for a violent act that will leave a young girl traumatized and a town in turmoil. Accusations are made, and like ripples on a pond, they travel through all of Beartown, leaving no resident unaffected. Beartown explores the hopes that bring a small community together, the secrets that tear it apart, and the courage it takes for an individual to go against the grain. In this story of a small forest town, Frederick Bachman has found the entire world. Wow. Okay, it has such good ratings. I know it is so good and so popular, and okay. I really hope that this is the Phoenix Keeper that you recommended. If you're the person who recommended this and it's not this one, it's by like a different author, please let me know. I'm not going to be reading this until May, so you have plenty of time to say that's the wrong Phoenix Keeper than I intended. But set in a magical zoo teeming with mythical beasts from dragons and unicorns to kelpies and krakens, The Phoenix Keeper is a fierce joy of a cozy fantasy novel with a soul-restoring queer romance at its heart. For fans of House in the Cerulean Sea and Legends and Lattes, listen. Even if this is not the one you picked, it looks like I'm going to really like this. As head Phoenix Keeper at a world-renowned zoo for magical creatures, Isla's childhood dream of conserving critically endangered firebirds seems closer than ever. There's just one glaring caveat. Her zoo's breeding program hasn't functioned for a decade. When a tragic phoenix heist sabotages the flagship initiative at a neighboring zoo, Isla must prove her derelict facilities are fit to take the reins. Wow, this seems so good. Okay, for sure. That sounds awesome. And this one I have been wanting to read. I did not know that it was a series, and the series is called Pies Before Guys Mystery. That is fantastic. Daisy Ellery's pies have a secret ingredient, the magic ability to avenge women done wrong by men. But Daisy finds herself on the receiving end of Misha Pop's Cozy Series debut, a sweet as buttercream treat for fans of Ellery, Adams, and Mary Maxwell. The first time Daisy Ellery killed a man with a pie, it was an accident. Now it's her calling. Yes, I've heard of this. It's been on my list for a while, and I'm excited that I got it. So, April is Beartown. May is The Phoenix Keeper. And June is Magic, Lies, and Deadly Pies. The last one for each month is going to be the country. So I'm going to pull up the wheel, and we will spin and see what country we're going to. Okay. So here we are to pick our three countries. It cannot be Kiribati, Nepal, or South Korea. So here we go. This is a new wheel that I'm using. So if I get any of those that I've already gotten, I'll just re-roll. It seems to take forever to get somewhere. Hungary. Okay. All right. Let's see. For April, books set in Hungary. Let's check it out. Wow. I was hoping that I would find something that was just like either an easy romance or maybe I don't know what I thought I was going to find, but oh my gosh, the Lords of the Underworld books take place in Budapest, but I think I'm caught up with all of them. I totally forgot about that. Budapest is in Hungary, right? I mean, I kind of thought it was. Now I'm going to feel really bad if it's not. Okay, this one's called Goodbye to Budapest, and it is on this list. So I'm going to say yeah. But gosh, there's nothing else. I really hope that these books are set in Budapest and I can count them. Okay, I only have these three left in Lords of the Underworld, so please be set in Budapest. No, they have to be in where the original Lords of the Underworld are. So any of these, like I know Torment, the ones, probably any of them that say the darkest. But I've read them all. I've actually read this, even though it doesn't say that, but I did. I've read all these. Okay. So back to the list. Wow. Like I just don't even know. all the votes. I wish there was a way to like sort these into fiction and nonfiction even, because I guess I'm going to search. Fiction books, 10 great books set in Budapest. Okay, Budapest is the latest place in our visit for great books set in. 10 great books set here. All right, I think I'm going with Death on the Danube, which is a woman finding herself alone at Christmas, and her landlord owns Wanderlust Tours, and she's like, I need you to be a tour guide because I have a problem. And so Lana was like, okay, I'll go to Hungary, Budapest specifically. And her fellow tour guide is found dead. So she's trapped on a tour with someone who is a murderer. All right. The good news about this is even if it does not have an audio version, it is 174 pages on Kindle. So I'm good no matter what. All right. All 4 of my April books have been chosen. And now let's go see what my country is for May. I'm going to reset the wheel and let's spin. Wow, there's 199 countries on this list, and I feel like I do not know even 100. Oh, Sierra Leone. Okay, I'm going to do books set. I'm going to do fiction books. Fiction books set in Sierra Leone. Okay, yeah. Oh, I've read the Gilded ones. Nice. Well, these are a mix of fiction and nonfiction. Oh, wait, maybe I haven't read the Gilded ones. It's got want to read on there. Let me go look at that in a minute, but let me look through some others first. Okay. This one has been on my list for a while, and I have not read it. I was thinking The Gilded Bones, I think is the one I was thinking about. Anyway. This is a young adult fiction. 16-year-old Dika lives in fear and anticipation of the blood ceremony that will determine whether she will become a member of her village. Already different from everyone else because of her unnatural intuition, Dika prays for red blood so she can finally feel like she belongs. But on the day of the ceremony, her blood runs gold, the color of impurity. And Dika knows she will face a consequence worse than death. I know this is a series that there's a couple of books in already, at least 3, I think, but I've been wanting to read this, so I'm glad that it's set in Sierra Leone. All right, May's book has been picked, and now the last one is June. Let me get these things closed and flip this again, and here we go. The last one on the country list. This is going really well. We're probably going to get one I do not know now at this point. Eritrea, I do know it, as in I've heard of it. Where it is, no idea. The other ones, I could shoot at a map and get close. This one, no idea. Let's look that up. In the Horn of Africa, bordered by the Red Sea, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. Okay, I know where Ethiopia is, I know where Sudan is, and I know where the Red Sea. So, but for some reason, that's not what I thought was the Horn of Africa. But okay. I guess it does look like a horn. That makes sense. So Eritrea is right here, right across from, what is that, Saudi Arabia and Oman and Yemen. I don't remember which one is where. Oman is on one side and Yemen is on the other. And then there's Djibouti right down below it. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, let's do fiction books. I'm going to keep trying. Set in Eritrea. All right, we're going with popular Eritrea books first. Okay, maybe I will read a nonfiction for this one because I'm reading 2 fictions for Hungary and Sierra Leone. Not that matters at all. I just feel like I don't know a lot about Eritrea. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right. So maybe I want to do that. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. My Father's Daughter, A Story of Family and Belonging by Hannah Poole. It came out in 2012, but I'm going to end up getting the Kindle version of it, which is going to cost me $14, but that's okay. I do not mind supporting her. It's about a woman who was adopted as a little girl and moved from Eritrea to England, where she grew up. And then she got contacted by a brother and was like, hey, you have family still here. And so she went to Eritrea to meet her family. I know that I just made it sound super simple, way more simple than it actually was. But anyway, I think this will be a really good one. Okay, let me get out of the way. So, with this last book, we now have the first 12 books that are going to be on the next TBR for Q2. I am excited about some of these. I am scared/worried about some of these, but I am overall really happy with what got picked, what I chose, and the countries that we're going to be visiting are going to be awesome. So, that's it. That's going to do it for this one. Since these books I'm calling single books, which is weird, I know, but just leave me a 1 in the comments. Like each of these books are individual, not part of a group, not part of a list, not part of anything like that. So give me a 1 in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.